everybody, welcome to Wheel Stories. We had a brutal winter here in Idaho, but now the snow has melted in the valley. I've got my Kawasaki out and I'm taking my first ride of the new year. I started my YouTube channel Wheel Stories about a year ago, so we'll call this Season 2, Episode 1.
Shut up and sit down.
Today's ride, I'm taking just some loops around the valley. Right now I'm out by the Snake River, but I intend to go over to Emmett and ride through Black Canyon. Why do I love to ride? Well, I started on bicycles when I was a little kid. Started modifying my Stingray into a BMX bike. Although I didn't call it a BMX bike, I wouldn't have known what it was back then. And rode all the vacant lots in the neighborhood and all around town. And always bugged my dad about a motorcycle. I wanted a dirt bike. Well, he bought himself a Yamaha 250 MX, me a 100 MX Yamaha, and my little brother a Honda XR75. So this was in the 70s when dirt bikes and motocross racing were really gaining popularity. We did a lot of trail riding. I did a little bit of racing. Really enjoyed getting out into nature and exploring the mountains and the trails around Idaho.
Shut up and sit down.
And really enjoyed motorcycle riding. Just noticed that I've got helmet hair going today. I got kind of a mad scientist look about me. During college, I wanted to buy a road bike. One day I took a trip down to the local Honda dealership, and there was a CB650, a Honda Nighthawk on sale, late season model. So I picked it up with some money I'd saved and immediately started doing some overnight trips around Idaho. That same summer I took a very long adventure on my motorcycle. I rode from Boise all the way down to Chico, California, through eastern Oregon, down through Redding, near Mount Shasta. Visited a friend that was going to school at Chico State. And then from there went over to the California coast along the Pacific and rode Highway 1 all the way up through Northern California and Oregon. Then went over to Portland, visited some relatives, and then on up to Seattle. Visited a friend up there that was going to University of Washington, and I still ride with him today. He has a Harley. And then finally droned on the freeway back to Boise. But I really enjoyed the freedom of that experience. You know, this was 1982 or 83. No cell phone, no pager, just a few quarters in my pocket if I needed to tell my family where I was at. I've been to Glacier a number of times on my motorcycles. Oftentimes the trips look like a figure eight or a pretzel on the map. Usually don't even make hotel reservations unless I know I'm going someplace that's going to be extremely busy. My wife rides with me sometimes. She we'll get on the back and we'll do 2 rides over to Oregon. We've been over to the Hells Canyon Motorcycle Rally together. And then I have a few buddies I like to ride with. I've been lusting for these modern retro bikes. For instance, the BMW R9T. I like the new Triumphs, the 1200cc Bonnevilles. I like the Moto Guzzi V9. And then Honda's got a great looking bike based on the old CB750. It's an 1100, the CB 1100. Who knows, maybe this summer I'll trade in the Kawasaki and do something different. I really enjoy the video production angle of these rides now. It's fun to condense something down into about, 7 or 8 minutes that hopefully captures the essence of the ride. A lot of the videos that I made before were done with a cell phone and a cheap point and shoot. Well, now I have a DSLR camera and an external mic for it with one of those fluffy rabbit looking things that is supposed to reduce wind noise. You know, I like the home movie look. I like that aesthetic. But I do want to be able to capture some of the scenery that I find on my road trips with a little more polish, I guess. That is something I want to accomplish this year on Wheel Stories. talked about the freedom and the sense of adventure that I enjoy about motorcycle riding. But I do ride very safe. I always wear a helmet unless I'm just running down to the store a couple of blocks. Make an effort to stay alert and ride very defensively, especially this time of year. You know, a lot of motorists have forgotten that they have to share the roads with motorcyclists and bicyclists. Now, from watching my videos, you probably sense that I really do love Idaho and love riding around this part of the country, wherever you live. I'm sure there's some amazing scenery, nice places to visit, good country roads. Really want to see more of this country eventually when I retire and have more time to get on the bike and really do some long distance travel. As always, thanks for joining me on Wheel Stories. I hope you enjoyed the video today. I had a great ride. Be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And until next time, safe riding.